Howdy, this is Daniel with Roslyn Rags and welcome to a tie-dye tutorial. In this video I would like to show how to do a spiral with a crinkle fold around it. So I have a fork that has been folded, or a fork that has been flattened with a vise. So it's fairly straight. And I've heard of dowels, broom handles, all kinds of different things for folding up the spiral. But I like to use a fork. So I have my spiral pretty much done. I just put the fork wherever I wanted the spiral to be at and I started spinning it. Now for the rest of the shirt, I'm going to do a crinkle fold, and what I'm doing is I'm using my fingers to make random little pleats going around the shirt where the spiral isn't. So I have the main part of the spiral and then the rest of the shirt that I'm trying to crinkle up. So even though it looks kind of spiral, if it's within a couple inches of the edge of the shirt, I'm going to try and do a crinkle fold of it, in it. And I'm just going to go all the way around the shirt, trying to make even little folds, pleats, randomly. I don't want anything bunching up over any other part of the shirt. When you look at the part that is on the table, everything's nice and flat and even. It looks a lot cleaner, generally speaking, than the side that you fold up that you're looking at. So this looks pretty good to me. Now I'm going to put some rubber bands on it. And as you're putting the rubber bands on it, you may want to put pressure down on the material so it doesn't want to fold up and it will just fold in to itself. All your little folds will just keep on compressing horizontally down. And as you put more rubber bands on, then your shirt becomes more stable. I'm just slowly spinning the shirt around, trying to get rubber bands around the whole thing. I'm going to be applying quite a few rubber bands on it. And I will be readjusting the folds ever so slightly as I am putting these rubber bands on. And you can test it by trying to pick it up a little bit. That with is about to fold up on me, so I am going to add more rubber bands. I'm going to just kind of push in the edges of it, of the shirt. So I was able to turn it over, but I still want to put a few more rubber bands on. So here are a few more rubber bands. Alright, that looks pretty good. Let's go dye it. We are in front of my dyeing tray, and I have the rainbow, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple in front of me. And I'm going to start off with red, and I'm just, normally when I do spirals, rainbow spirals, just the traditional way, I'll start from the center and go all the way out to the edge. Now I'm just worried about, or not really worried, but I'm centering my attention on this section from the center out to about an inch or so, and sometimes it's easier to hold the shirt up at an angle. I'll just be putting a little bit of dye down at a time. The more, the bigger dye balls that you use, or the larger the little spout is, the more dye that you place down. Sometimes it gets a little bit more difficult to work in little spaces like this. You may want to try and use a different bottle or a syringe or something like that. So there's red. Now I'm going to put down some orange. And if it moves around a little bit on you, it's okay. Just to kind of get the dye down into the fabric instead of going down the outside edge of the design. I am just kind of laying it flat and placing some dye down. And if you get some splatters here and there, it's okay. So there is the red and the orange. Now I'm going to go to the purple. And I'll be placing that right next to the red. back. My camera died, but I have the battery charged up, and I put some purple down. Now I'm going to put some blue down right next to the purple, almost on top of it. This purple has a little bit of blue in it, so I'm going to rely on that. And now I'm going to put some yellow down and let the green come out of the mixing of blue and yellow. So I'll put some yellow on top of the blue, and that should get some green to come out of it. Should be about enough dye. Now I'm going to turn it over, and I see some of the dye coming through, so I'm going to put some more dye down. I'm going to put some more red on. Let that soak in. And then some orange. I'm going to try and be careful not to put any orange on top of the yellow or too close to it, because it's easy for the orange to overtake the yellow, and then you just kind of have a light orange and no yellow showing up in the design. I'm going to do some green. I'll do some blue. And some purple. Alright, now I'm going to turn it over and see how everything looks. I'm just letting it kind of sit down into the shirt. I'm going to put some more yellow on while I wait. Alright, so now the colors are coming through more. I'm going to start working on the crinkle fold on this side now. And what I think I want to do is put down kind of the opposite colors on the right next to the spirals. I'll probably use more yellow than anything. Alright, now I'm going to go with green next to the red section of the spiral. I try not to put too much dye down that it starts spreading where I don't want to. I'll sometimes just give it a quick second and let the dye soak into the fabric before I start adding more dye. Now I'm going to add some blue. Okay, now I'm going to start on this side with some orange. Next to the yellow and the blue of the spiral, the yellow of the crinkle. Alright, that's probably good for the orange right now. Now I'm going to do some red. Now, purple. Alright, now I'm going to put a little bit more dye of the other colors now around the crinkle, just to get it to soak in a little bit more. So I did some blue, now I'm doing some green. I'll do some yellow now. Now some orange. Red. Now a little bit of purple again. Now I'm going to turn it over. Just kind of look at, I'm looking to see if I have any kind of white or lighter areas showing in the fabric. So I'm just going to put some more dyes down here and there. If I make some brown, it's okay. Alright, now I that a second to soak in. I'm going to turn it over and see what I have. That's looking really good. So I'm going to start on the spiral, and then I'm going to go out in that direction all the way out from the crinkle. So I'm doing some red here out onto the green of the crinkle. I'm going to do some orange here on top of the blue of the crinkle. I'll do yellow last. Now next to the red I'll do purple, and then on top of the yellow of the crinkle. Now I have blue next to the purple. I'll go on top of the orange of the crinkle. Do a little bit of green next to the blue, especially for the crinkle part, and then a little bit for the spiral. Now yellow. And I am trying to oversaturate the fabric a little bit. Now I'm going to give it a quick squeeze just to try and get all the dyes to kind of mix in there okay, and to get the excess dye out. I know it looks a bit of a mess, but you'll be able to see most of the colors when we're done with it. I'm going to rinse off my hands, and I'm going to add some black on top of everything. So let me get my black. I'm just adding a light layer of black, since I tried to get most of the material to be kind of exposed. I didn't really have any areas overlapping anything other than just the inherent nature of the crinkle fold. I don't have to put on that much black, and it should evenly be across the shirt. So thanks for watching. Have fun dyeing. Howdy, I'm the tie-dyer. Thanks for watching the video. Here is me opening up this design for the first time, and it's been washed out one time, so it's a little damp. It will lighten up a little bit when it's dry, but there we go. Awesome. I think this will be one of my shirts. So thanks for watching. Have fun dyeing.